sane people have a cuppa on their lunch break. I am changing an engine mount. Good morning, YouTubers. It is car day. It is 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning. I've got 2 cars to sort out today. This is a very British fleet. I started working on cars because UK garages have become just too expensive. This channel's a bit of fun. Me keeping the family cars on the road without getting ripped off along the way. And Fig, my AI fleet manager, is here to make sure I don't do anything too stupid. Good luck, Fig. MOT's coming up and I need to replace the engine mounts on my car. Fig, tell us what we have to do.
Changing engine mounts can definitely be a bit tricky, but we can break it down step by step. First, you want to ensure the car is on a level surface and that you've got the necessary safety gear like wheel chocks and gloves. And then you'll likely need to support the engine with a jack or an engine support bar so it doesn't shift when you remove the mounts. For the lower mount, you'll typically have to lift the engine slightly to relieve tension on the mount. Then you can remove the bolts holding it in place. For the upper right mount, you might have to remove some components around it for easier access. Once the old mounts are out, you can place the new ones in and tighten the bolts to the recommended torque specs. And of course, double check everything before you start the engine. If you need more detailed steps or run into any specific issues, just let me know.
Alright, first things first. I need to try and support the engine weight. Oh, lifting the car. I've just realised I've had a cat sleeping on my engine. Look, footprints. It's got up from down there, isn't it? Wait until the coolant's cold. And first thing we're going to have to do is, to get down here, we're going to have to move this out of the way. This is from Morrison's. This is from Ali's kitchen. And I need to get out the coolant. Doubles up as a pretty good mechanic's tool, I reckon. Just try not to spill it everywhere. I'm going to save you from this because I'll be here for ages, so catch up with you in a bit. Once you've got it all out, it's actually quite easy to move out the way. And all we're going to do is just, we're going to prop this just to the front here. Obviously putting the cap back on first. It's actually quite easy to get off. You just give it a bit of a wiggle. And then actually you can lift it. You can actually prop it out the way and you can get access. One new engine mount. Just got to line the thing up, which is quite fun, but before I put it in, I'm gonna clean up all the area around it, get rid of some of that shit. I'm not doing anything special. I'm just cleaning like 10 years worth of like shit out the way before I stick it back on. Makes sense to clean it while we're here. It takes like 2 minutes. Actually, while I'm here, it might be antifreeze.
Honey, we use that for gravy.
So I'll clean it. Fairy will get rid of it. It's going back in.
I know, but I don't want it in there.
All right.
Oh my god.
It's the first.
Plastic stuff.
All right. Oh shit! Busted. She hasn't even seen that I've stole the turkey pasty yet. Fuck. Anyway, I'm getting rid of Felix's. Well, I say Felix. Whatever flipping cats use my engine as a bed. Right, so remember to torque up your engine mount to the right torque setting. So apparently the side, this side, I've done the nuts up a bit, but this side against the engine to the subframe is 80 newton meters, this side, and down here 90 newton meters. So I'm going to quickly do that now. You are going to need an extension for that because it is a bit of a nightmare, but let's see if, how am I going to do this? Right, there we go. I need to prop you up somewhere. It says 90, but 90 seems quite high. One. Hey. Right, there we go. Final one. Get off without knocking the coolant reservoir down. There we go. That's not going on that side. Engine studs 80. Well, the engine studs will go through the mount 80, but I'm gonna have to get another socket, a deep well socket. So I'll save you that one. Right, so there we go. It's in. It's a bit cleaner down there, a little bit cleaner. I've not gone mental, but yeah, that's it in. I'll take it out for a quick drive, and I'll see how it is. I've torqued down all the bolts now, so this side to the frame, what did I say it was, 90 here, and behind there, and there 80, that one and that one. My hands are freezing. Oh, it's late December when I'm fitting this, so my hands are absolutely freezing. And also what we'll do is we'll get this back now. So if you just locate it, make sure you don't pull this off, or you're going to be in a world of pain. Right, so let's get this. Try and slot it. Try and slot it at the back first. It's bloody hard when you're holding the camera. I'll be back in a minute. She ain't happy. Sorry, Annie. Coolant back in. Woohoo! Right, let's see if I can put you down so you can see. Aha! There we go. So, stay. Right, 85. Gearbox 50, 85 subframe. So that one. Oh, this is fun. There we go. Oh. Oh, fucking hell. Oh. There we go. That's gonna be fun to get off. Right, C85, and I reckon 60, but I'm just gonna double check. Right, 60. Oh shit. Let's do this one first. I could do a small one of these. Yes, are definitely good. Uh, 60. Oh, that's already 60. And shit. Done. Sweet. We're done. I was actually quite nervous when I started that because that's the first time I'd done it, but that wasn't too bad. Right, on to the Peugeot. Look how bad this engine mount was. Jesus. No wonder my car was playing up. The engine was basically shaking about every time I started it up, changed gear, anything. Look at it. Second car of the day. This is Patricia, my aunt's 2008 Peugeot 307cc. French, unloved, and already a bit of a bloody nightmare if I'm honest. So first job, ABS sensors, give them a bit of a clean, taken them off. Just got some contacts, electrical contact adhesives kind of on the sensors. Just down here. I'm fully expecting this not to work, but I'll give it a go anyway. If it doesn't work, then I'm going to have to replace just the ABS sensors, which isn't actually that expensive. So you can see there, we've got, yeah, ABS warning light, ESP warning light. Right, ooh, hello. Most people know about this, but you've got to test your suspension. If you're getting bumps, wobbles, or loose feel, things like that, there's a really simple kind of check that you can do, and I'll show you kind of now. But it's quite good even without taking the wheel off, which is pretty decent. So it's called the 9 and 3 test. So you can give it a wobble, and look at that. Absolutely shot. They are shot. So that is normally control arm bushes, first things first, track rod ends, possibly inner tie rods or track rods. Tie rods are very American. But you can also do, and you have to make sure the car's jacked up, but you can also do the 6 and 12. And actually, there's not much movement from 6 and 12. There's no movement at all from 6 and 12. So it is all. Look how bad that is. That's why it's rattling. So, thankfully, we're going to add it to the list, and we've got some parts on order already, but we shall add some parts to the list. Wowzers. Let's just check, actually. Let's just do these back up. Just so. Oh, make sure of is that it's not these bolts that are rattling too much. So we'll get those seated again. There we go. That's decent. Yeah, let's see, we've still got it. It's actually it's pretty bad actually. I better go and speak to the aunt and let her know. So I'm going to whip the wheel off and we'll have a look at the track rod ends and we'll look at the drop links and stuff like that. See you in a minute. Yeah, I found it. So I had a little look around. It's a track rod end. It's all of this is all perished, if you can see kind of here, and it's bent as well, kind of underneath there. So yeah, oops, shit camera work. Yeah, track rod end. And the only other one, drop link. So that one's pretty bad down here as well. Is it? No. It's all right now. Oh no, the top. It was the top, yeah. That's gone. Shit. So one of them. Right, we are back in the Peugeot. So thankfully, Christmas brought me this cool little gadget. Thank you very much to the missus, my son and my mother for all chipping in to pick me this up. It is an absolute cracker. No pun intended. Once you update all the software and stuff. So plugged it in. Surprise, surprise, my cleaning of the ABS sensors didn't actually result in it fixing them. But what I've been doing is doing a little bit of research, and apparently, well, before I ordered parts for it, apparently a low battery can throw up loads of basically error codes and stuff on the front left and front rear ABS, front left and rear left, front left, rear right. There, got there. Apparently it can throw up loads of error codes basically. So I'm charging the battery, removing the error codes, take the thing out for a long drive, top up the battery and stuff, and then we'll see kind of once I turn it off and turn it back on what codes come back up. But we know so far kind of on this car that we need new track rod ends, new drop links, because they're pretty much shot. I need to do a rear spring, as said previously, and a few little bits and bobs here and there. So we'll see what the outcome is. Hello, so it's the following day. Thank God it's Christmas and I've got a bit of a break from work for 2 weeks, so I can sit and mess about with cars while Ali's at work, unfortunately. Sorry, honey. I've got a few days to myself, so I can mess about, and what I'm going to do is come up with a bit of a maintenance plan for the two cars. So we've got mine. Mine doesn't need a lot done, but it needs a couple of bits, and we'll come on to that kind of in different episodes. The Peugeot. So we've had a look. We need track rod ends, we need drop links, we need ABS sensors. My attempt at fixing it didn't actually work. So what do we have in the UK? So the supply chain in the UK is very much through parts distributors, through the main dealer, through kind of people like Euro Car Parts, so wholesalers, distributors, those type of people, Parkers. There's a few. There's quite a few. The challenge is that they're all quite expensive from what I found, and their stock is mixed. So how many times have you picked up the phone and have said, "Oh, sorry, we don't have that in stock. It's on back order," or "I don't have it on the shelf. I can order it in." It's a bit of a nightmare. And if you're trying to fix a problem, if you don't plan ahead and you're trying to fix a problem because you're broken down, you're at the mercy of them not having any stock and the ridiculous prices that they charge. And I'll show you how ridiculous now. So you should be able to see my screen, and this is basically my go-to. So I use Autodoc. They're fantastic. The pricing's great. They're based in Berlin in Germany. I've never had an issue with them. The only thing you've got to consider is the lead time. So delivery wise, it can take 7 to 10 days for parts to turn up. Not very good if you're in an emergency. So you do sometimes have to bite the bullet and unfortunately buy parts locally if they're in stock. But this is Autodoc. So I have on there for the Peugeot, front ABS sensor, rear ABS sensor, anti-roll bar link ×2, track rod end left, track rod end right, inner tie rod, very American, inner track rod 2. We've got bearing bush stabilizer, which is effectively the ARB bush. We have a top right engine mount, and we have window switch, and we have a lower engine mount. I've not gone for the gearbox side yet. I'll fit those two and see how we get on. That has come to the grand price of £180 and 2 pence. My Auntie May will be chuffed. Now let's have a look at Euro Car Parts. So I have on Euro Car Parts popped in my registration. I have tried to find the same products. A lot of them they don't list. A lot of them they definitely don't stock. But we'll see what we've got there. We'll see what they had kind of on their website, and we'll see what the grand total is for those parts. So let's have a look and see what I have currently in my basket. So we have brand-wise on Autodoc, I've gone for Delphi and I've gone for SKF. Why? Because they're pretty good mid-range or kind of upper mid-range brands. I know SKF. I know them in a professional capacity from previous jobs, and I know Delphi only recently, and I do have Delphi parts on my car. So they are quite a good pick. I've never heard of the aftermarket brands, and that's just me not hearing about them or knowing about them. So I can only assume they're lower end budget, mid range maybe. I'm not sure. I need to look into it. I've heard of Moog, definitely. They're comparable to Delphi from what I hear online and from speaking to Fig. And I've heard of Melee. Don't know how you pronounce it. But they're the prices on the screen, and you can see they are quite cha-ching. And that is even with Euro Car Parts 25% weekly discount offer. So we've got 2 anti-roll bars links or drop links, which, funnily enough, when you search their website, doesn't actually come up. So we've got 2 of those. We've got 2 inner track rods. We have 1 outer track rod end. We have another outer track rod end. And we've got the engine mounts. Now, engine mount wise, they only had the top right and the top left. No bottom one. Couldn't find it. Also couldn't find the bushes for the anti-roll bar. It's not bearing, I don't think. Maybe it is the metal clip that goes over. The bush goes in. Very technical. I will learn the names of stuff. I've also gone for the ABS sensors. So the front left and the rear right. Those are the ones I need. Now you look at the prices. So we have £180 and 2 pence from Autodoc, and with the 25% discount from Euro Car Parts, it is a subtotal of £467.90. The so-called saving is £116.99. The total, 350 quid versus 180 quid. And I got more parts on from Autodoc. So you can see sort of there, I could put in Halfords. It's not going to make any difference because they buy their parts from Euro Car Parts. That's who they're supplied by, with kind of some other manufacturers. you can see the difference. You can see why kind of I'm looking to do a planned maintenance plan for all the cars in my family. I've been doing it for mine for about 5 years. I've saved an absolute fortune. The family have noticed, and that's why I'm doing it, which I said to you at the start. But yeah, I mean, that's rip-off Britain. That's the cost of living at the moment. And unfortunately, they'll keep charging those prices until we refuse, until we walk away with our wallet and go elsewhere. So that's the price. I'm going to get all the spares on order for AutoDoc, and they will be here for another episode when I fix the dodgy suspension, dodgy engine mounts, broken ABS sensors on the Peugeot. But first, let's see if the EcoSport has passed its MOT. Moment of truth. Oh, let's turn this off. Right, did we pass? Yes, we passed. Oh, got it here. Right, let me try and... no offence, but I'm not showing you my VIN. So, don't know if you can see it, but... Look, where are you? Pass.